seats on this side, a couple over here. Please get comfortable. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for coming to Malvern Books. Welcome to Novel Night. This is our monthly celebration of all things prose. One of the key features of tonight is that all fiction tonight is 20% off. It's a great deal, so please feel free to browse books after the readings. The way Novel Night works is that one of our intrepid staff members will do a book talk about a favorite book of theirs that they've selected from the shelf, and then our two featured novelists, KP Gresham and Amber Elby, will be regaling us with their fiction. And then at the end, we'll do a Q&A with both of the authors. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome our General Manager, Becky Garcia, to do her book talk.
Hello, hello. As Chandra said, I'm Becky Garcia, and I'm the manager here. We're so happy to see you all join us tonight for Novel Night. And so tonight, I'm going to be talking about The Blue Girl by Lori Foos. This is the second Lori Foos book I've read, and I'm sensing a pattern. She takes an unexpected, fantastical sort of attribute, names it early in the book, and then proceeds to set it within the context of normalcy. However, as the book proceeds, you realize that the normalcy of family, of work, of life is actually, in some ways, just as abnormal as the fantastical attribute you were introduced to initially. This particular story revolves around a girl who doesn't speak, who doesn't interact much with others, and who happens to be blue. Why she is blue, and how she came to be blue, are mysteries that come up but are never answered in the book. She has a caregiver, an old woman who seems to understand her, but who doesn't seem to be able to keep an eye on her. And there are three families whose lives become entwined with the blue girl, all due to a fateful day when the blue girl swam, almost drowned, and was rescued by one of the girls in the families. That kicks off the connection that leads to insomnia in her rescuer, and late night visits to the blue girl by the mothers who bear gifts of homemade moon pies. But the moon pies aren't just a delicious treat. They are made more delectable to the blue girl because the mothers inject their secrets into the confection. And that kind of random fantasy is just the kind of world that Lori Foos lives in. It's a world of dysfunction and family, of the mundane and the fantastic, and of heroism and cowardice. It's life, just with a strange tilted lens. The book is told from 6 alternating points of view, the 3 mothers and the 3 daughters, as each short chapter alternates between them. As the characters tend to hold their thoughts rather than share them with each other, this method works well to understand what's going on with each of them. As you move along the story, you find yourself infused with the longing of each of the characters, a longing that boils down to a need for connection with friends, husbands, children, and the women who visit the blue girl with their moon pies filled with secrets are using her as a way to make that connection with each other and with someone or something bigger than themselves. The blue girl is hungry for moon pies and secrets, and they are hungry with the longing for connection. Here's a passage from the book. I was sitting on the porch trying to hear the trees, and I was thinking of her, the girl in the bed, blue as a dream with her mouth full of wanting. Lori Foos was interviewed by the Rumpus in December 2015, and they said, Lori Foos is a weird Midas. Everything she touches turns to strange. At its heart, The Blue Girl is about the lives of the women, the mothers and daughters, and how the presence of the blue girl impacts their lives. Although there are sons and fathers, they are not as central to the action as the women. They are playing basketball, cursing, or locked within themselves on the sidelines. It's a strange but satisfying tale. In a review from NPR, Juan Vidal says, what can make fiction truly powerful is often what the author chooses to leave out. Because Foos never tells us exactly what the blue girl represents. It's important to know that the answer is found in the silences of these women, in what we come to extract from their longing. Foos's prose has an ethereal quality as she describes the person in the woods and the allure surrounding her always. This novel is not so much a puzzle to be solved as it is an experience to be had. something to be tasted and consumed, crumbs falling by the wayside along with our useless insecurities. Actually, although I've chosen her newest novel to discuss tonight, we do carry a few Lori Fu's books. Many of the others have an absurdity in them that is used to a more comic effect. There's a girl with a horn in the middle of her forehead in Before Elvis There Was Nothing, and a woman who loses her uterus in a shopping mall in Fu's first novel, Ex Utero. Each of her novels start with a fantastical premise and place it in a world we know. If you choose to join me in Lori Fu's world of the fantastic and mundane, I hope you enjoy the jaunt as much as I have. Thanks.